So, the Hawkeye season finale has been out for a few hours now, and I just finished watching it for the second time, and I thought it was absolutely amazing. I thought it was a good way to end the first season. I thought it was absolutely incredible, and I know people did not like how they ended it, as we're going to be going over episode 6, and then I'm going to do a short review, well, my opinion on the whole show as a whole out of like a rating out of 10. So if you did enjoy the Hawkeye show and the finale, tell us down below. If you did enjoy the video, please like, subscribe, and yeah, let's get into it. So we obviously start off episode 6 where we left off with episode 5. We obviously found out that Kingpin was, well, Elena, Kate Bishop's mum, was obviously working with Kingpin, and we find out that she has been doing this for a few years now. Obviously, Kate Bishop's dad owed debt money to Kingpin, and she got herself into the business as well. Obviously, she was the one that framed Jack for the death of Armand. That was her fault. She did all of this, which we all had a feeling it was her, and some theories did come true. Maybe more will come true later on down the line in the MCU, as this does set up a lot. But as we found out, Kingpin, just as we know from the Daredevil Netflix show, he is still a badass, and we see how much of an amazing character Kingpin is. I do think that he could have been a little more menacing in the show. Obviously, we only see him in one episode, but I have a feeling we're going to see him a lot more, and I thought this introduction to Kingpin was amazing. Now, I know something did happen on later on in the episode, in this finale, but I'm going to get into that later, as I think it's leading us on, and I do think something else is going to happen in the future. Now we're going to talk about my favourite character, and yes, she did make me cry twice. Well, more than twice actually, and it was very emotional, and it was Yelena. I thought Yelena was absolutely amazing in this episode. I did see it as well that not many people did like Yelena, and I think people think Yelena isn't that good now, so I don't get that, but I might be a bit biased. Tell us what you think of Yelena in the MCU. I think it's just because she's taken over the role of Natasha, and not many people want to see that, but I guess people just got to move on. As much as it is sad Natasha's gone, we've all got to move on, and I think Yelena and Florence Pugh are the perfect fit for the replacement, and it's absolutely amazing. I thought she was amazing in this episode. We'll talk about that in a bit more in later on in the video about Yelena. There is a lot to talk about between her and Clint in the final showdown in the episode. Obviously, there was a lot that we thought about Spider-Man also showing up in this, but we did kind of know that he wouldn't, but I'll talk about that in a bit as well. So that's the two main bits that I thought were amazing about the episode. Now they'll get into the main parts of the episode that happened. Now, Kingpin is not dead. Now we see in the episode that they're in the alleyway. Obviously, Echo comes, and they're both in the alleyway, and Kingpin is obviously injured, and obviously from what happened before with Kate in the battle between Kate and Kingpin, when Kingpin was going to get Elena and talk to her, well, probably kill her. Well, he was going to kill her, and yeah, he just got done from that, obviously blown up, well not blown up, but got blown by the arrows, and he goes to talk with Echo, his niece, or pretty sure his niece, they are family, and she has a gun to his head. Now, the shot zooms into goes into the sky, and we hear the gunshot go, and we see the gunshot happen, and I do not believe that he is dead, as in the Marvel comics with Kingpin, he does get shot by Echo, point blank range in the face, and he survives, but he does become blind, and he is in a coma, and I believe that this is going to be setting up the Echo show. Now, the Echo show is coming out, I think next year, or maybe the year after, I'm not too sure. I think it's going to be an amazing show, but I do think we're going to see a lot more of Kingpin in that show, and I think it's going to obviously set up then Daredevil and many other MCU projects, but I do think Kingpin becoming blind now, obviously Daredevil's also blind as well. I think it's amazing to see. That's going to be very cool, basing it off the comics, Echo making Kingpin go blind. I think that would be very cool to see, and I do not believe Kingpin is dead. He's such a big villain in Marvel, and I don't think that the MCU would miss this opportunity to add him later on down the line in many other projects. I think it would be a waste, and I think we all know, I think it would be stupid to kill him off in one episode. I do believe he is still alive. There was another Easter egg in this to the comics, and it's actually an Easter egg to the Spider-Man comics, and Kingpin was wearing the exact same outfit from the Spider-Man comics that he was wearing in that. I thought it was a nice little Easter egg that we saw. Yeah, I thought it was amazing to see that, and overall I thought this episode was amazing, obviously with Kate as well, between the battle between Kate and Kingpin. I thought that was an amazing battle. Obviously Kingpin absolutely wrecking Kate, obviously, as it shows how powerful Kingpin really is in one-to-one combat. He was obviously, Kate Bishop isn't fully trained yet, but she is still very talented in what she does, and I do believe she did put up a good fight against him, obviously injuring him so then she could get out of there. Obviously, Elena, her mum, got sent to jail after that, which obviously leaves Kate alone, basically, and now she's kind of with Clint, but we'll get onto that in a bit at the end of the episode. But now we're going to be talking about, obviously, another main part of, well, the biggest, probably arguably in the episode, and it was Yelena and Clint's fight right in the ice ring. Now, I thought this was an absolutely amazing fight. I thought it was incredible the way the two were fighting. I thought it was amazing to see. Obviously, Yelena not believing Clint at first, but she finally listened to him after the whistle, which got me. Well, all of this got me. I thought it got me crying. It was a really sad scene. It was absolutely incredible, that scene. And yeah, so obviously he does the whistle, the secret whistle that Natasha and Yelena had, which I thought was amazing. Just proves that Natasha's and Clint's friendship was really good, as Natasha wouldn't really tell anyone else about her family, especially Yelena, as we find out that Natasha told Clint about Yelena and her family, and how much Natasha loved Yelena, obviously how much Natasha cared about her little sister. It shows a lot, and it was really upsetting to see that Yelena didn't really think that Natasha told anyone about her, when Natasha told, obviously, Clint, because Clint and Natasha had a really close bond, and yeah, it just proves how strong their relationship really was between Natasha and Clint, and I thought it was amazing. The whistle, that was absolutely amazing, showing Yelena, that kind of shows that he didn't do it. She believed that it wasn't him, and she had to sacrifice herself for the Soul Stone, and it made Yelena believe and find more about Natasha. Obviously, she thought that she could stop Natasha, but then he said that no one could ever stop Natasha from what she wanted to do. Even everyone knew that she did everything. She did what she wanted, and no one could stop her from doing that. And it was really good to see Yelena in this episode with Natasha saying how much Yelena loved Natasha. Obviously, it would be. It's really sad that we don't see more of Natasha and Yelena, but that's just how it goes, and it's going to be cool to see Yelena in the future. And it just shows how much Clint and Yelena could have a big relationship in the future. But it also shows, I think, Kate Bishop and Yelena are going to have the next basically like friendship that Natasha and Clint had. I think the next big friendship in the MCU is going to be Yelena and Kate Bishop. It's going to be sort of the same as what we saw with Natasha and Clint, which I'm all for. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And yeah, I just thought that fight was incredible. It was such a cool fight to see. And when obviously Yelena and Clint held hands right near the end when they both left, that was amazing to see. Obviously gave us memories of Endgame when Natasha found Clint as Ronan, and obviously about the hope in Endgame. I thought that was an amazing reference to see. Obviously Yelena holding hands with Clint, Clint having the feeling of Natasha again, holding her little sister's hand, which I thought was incredible. So what's next for Yelena? I believe that she's going to go back to Valentina. Obviously, Valentina didn't explain the whole story, so I think Yelena's going to be a bit annoyed about that. But I do think Yelena's still going to be working under Valentina, which we'll see in the future with the Dark Avengers, which I think we'll see Yelena in next. And that's going to be obviously John Walker, Yelena, and Zemo, and all the other people, all the Thunderbolts. It could be either one. And that's what we're going to see her next in. I think that's going to happen. And then after that, we'll see her with the main Avengers. And yeah, I can't wait to see what's next for Yelena and the future of the MCU with the Dark Avengers and Valentina, because we haven't really seen much of Valentina yet, but I know that we're definitely going to see more of her in the future. So now after all that happened, we see Kate and Clint obviously talking about how brave she was and how proud he is about Kate fighting Kingpin. And yeah, after all of this, Kate Bishop, they go home. Clint makes it home in time for Christmas with his family, and obviously Kate Bishop goes with him. This is when Kate Bishop, at the end, obviously they burn the Ronin suit together, obviously what they both started, and it's finally ended with Ronin. It's all gone. And yeah, they talk about Kate Bishop's name. She says some stupid names that Clint obviously says that are bad names, and then he says that he has an idea, and I believe this idea is obviously Kate Bishop becoming an Avenger and possibly setting up the Young Avengers in Quantumania, as there is many rumors going around that the Young Avengers, we're going to see Kate Bishop next in Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania in 2023, which is, well, hoping everything goes well with COVID and stuff like that, or the new whatever. We don't want to talk about that. We'll talk about Marvel. But yeah, that's rumoured what we're expected to see Kate Bishop in next, and I have a feeling that Quantumania will possibly set up the Young Avengers, as we haven't seen the rest of the Young Avengers yet, other than maybe Spider-Man, who might be a part of it. But yeah, I thought this episode was amazing. I thought it was an amazing way to end the Hawkeye show. I thought overall the Hawkeye show was absolutely incredible. Obviously the relationship between Kate and Clint, kind of like his own daughter type role she has, and it's going to be seen in the future of the MCU. I thought that was absolutely amazing to see, and each episode we saw their bond getting stronger and stronger, and I thought every character in this show was amazing, and I give this show a 10 out of 10. It's easily, probably, arguably my favourite Disney Plus show, and I know a lot of people don't like this show. I think people think that it had a bad ending, but I'm sure people like the ending, the last episode, because it's an absolutely incredible episode, but I understand. It says everyone's opinion. I respect everyone's opinion. If they don't like the show, that's fine. You don't have to like everyone else likes in Marvel. You're gonna get people that don't like the shows. Some people that do. Now, yeah, I do think that I give Hawkeye a 10 out of 10 overall. This episode was absolutely amazing. Topped it off, and yeah, I thought this show overall was amazing. I can't wait to see the future of Disney Plus shows. Obviously, I think next is Moon Knight and then She-Hulk. I'm pretty sure that's what's next on the Disney Plus lineup for the next Marvel content. Now I can't wait for that to happen next year, and I'm sure the rest of us Marvel fans can't wait as well. So I hope you did enjoy this video today. Please tell us what you thought of Hawkeye overall down in the comments, and what you thought of all the characters, and where you think it will lead on to next with Kate Bishop and the Young Avengers, and how Clint may die. He will die in the future, obviously. He's not going to be in Marvel forever, but we're all wondering how that's going to happen. I hope you did enjoy Hawkeye and this video. I hope you had a good day, and goodbye.